Okay, so let me repeat a bit. Okay, so this is the wee boy character. We already block out the body, some simple blocking for the head, the feet, and the hand. And now we are going to do the thumb and the fingers. So I'm going to isolate just the palm. Okay, we roughly know how big the palm is going to be, and then we will make use of this to model out the fingers. So I'm going to create a cylinder. Okay, reduce the subdivision to 8. Change the axis, change the rotation to 90°. Move it into the position. Okay, this will be my finger. I'm going to scale it down. Okay, and put it to roughly where I want it to be. Okay, so this is roughly the size. Maybe just too big. If I want to have 4 fingers, you know, this is too big, so got to reduce smaller. Okay, use the top view to gauge. Okay, if you cannot gauge how many cylinder or what's the size, just duplicate. Okay, you should be able to tell already. Okay, maybe it's still too big, then use a scale tool, scale it down. Okay, roughly I think this is it. Back to my perspective view. Okay, the next thing we want to do is to extrude out the 3 section of the finger. Okay, we have the first section, the mid section, and the last tip where you have your fingernail. Control E to extrude. Okay, so how it works for your finger, the length, the first section is usually kind of like half of the whole finger. Okay, then the mid section is usually half of the first section, and then the last one, your fingertip, usually is half of the mid section, more or less there lah. Okay, so use that as a guide, and then after that you can have a much more proportionate finger already. Okay, you don't, please don't do like the fingertip super long one. It looks very weird also. Or don't do like your first section of the finger very short, then mid section so long. Okay, so take note of all these small little things. Okay, then back in the perspective view, there are some simple modeling that we need to do. Okay, this 4 edge loop, right? I got to remove it. Okay, and then I'm going to shape out the finger. Okay, if you have a reference to guide you along, that would be good. Okay, now I'm not using any reference. Okay, I'm just going to use my own hand as a reference, my own finger. So the tip of my fingernail, okay, over here is further out compared to the base. Okay, the base of my finger is here. Okay, this is the one. I'm going to push it to the back. Okay, I'm going to delete the face here. I don't need that. I'm going to extend. Okay, I'm going to increase the base of the finger. If I look from the top view down to my own hand, the fingers are slightly bigger here. I'm going to create more edge loop in between the sections. Connect 1. Okay, and for these 3 edge loop, Okay, I'm going to scale it upwards. Okay, and move it slightly down. Okay, what I want, okay, is the bottom section here, okay, to have the skin, okay, or fats, the shape of it. The top part are usually kind of flat with a little bit of curve. Okay, let me open up the reference. Okay, you can see that the top part are usually kind of flat. Okay, just a little bit of curve, just a little bit. But the bottom part of it, the curve is more obvious. Okay, so I say again, scale it up. Okay, use the scale tool, scale it up. Okay, in one direction. Use the move tool, move it down. Okay. Then we can move on to the knuckle. These two edge loop that I just selected, this is where our knuckles is going to be. Okay, so I mentioned just now earlier on about the 3 loops. So with these two edge loops selected, all I need to do to create the 3 edge loop is just to bevel it. After I bevel, add one more section in between. So you can see these are the 3 loops already. Okay, I'm going to push out the fraction, space it out. Okay, press W to lock it down. Select the middle edge loop. Use my scale tool. Okay, now we're going to look at our fingers again. Okay, the joints. You can see that this area here, okay, this one, the hand very smooth. Don't really see so much of the knuckles popping out. Okay, let me find if there's another one, another picture. Okay, don't have. Okay, you can see some of the reference here. Some of the edges are going inwards from the hand. So I'm going to select the bottom version, the bottom line, squeeze it down. Okay, you can see the crease, the shape. The top part, go into the vertex mode. Okay, the knuckles are kind of like popping out. Push it up. Okay, so here I have a very simple, basic looking finger. Okay, you can definitely spend more time to work on it. Okay, to refine to the shape that you want. Okay, but I'm just going to stick with this, keep it simple. Okay, I'm going to save the file. Okay, I'm going to work on the fingernail. Okay, I'm going to duplicate the model first. In case, if I do anything wrong, I can always take back the original and adjust from there. Okay, so for fingernail, all I need to do is select the faces where I want my fingernail to be. Okay, if you think that the fingernail for these faces here are too small, you want to have a longer fingernail, go into the vertex mode or edge mode, pull these two back. Okay, then you can roughly have a larger fingernail already. Okay, select the faces again. Make use of bevel. Okay, push it out. Okay, this is my bevel face. Okay, push it out. Select the edge ring. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm going to select the edge ring. Deselect this one here. Connect. Push it down. Okay, maybe I should shouldn't. Yeah, I should actually keep this middle one here. Okay, I'm going to connect again. Push it down. Okay, now I can see the details coming out. Okay, go back to my edge. Select the top two edges and push it in. Okay, so this finger here, this fingernail, if I want it to be longer, I just have to extrude it out. Okay, then I can send the finger for some manicure, pedicure already. Okay, so actually fingernail not difficult to do, but don't have to spend so much time troubling over it. Okay, once you have your finger, what you can do after you do the whole palm, after you do the whole palm, okay, you can actually just duplicate your finger out. Okay, increase the size. Okay, move it down slightly. Remember the curve that I mentioned yesterday. Okay, the palm is not straight. Okay, there's a bit of curve going on. Okay, so this one here I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to move it out as well. Duplicate the last one for the pinky and scale it down and move it down. Okay, and I also like my fingers to be slightly rotated. Reason so that it's more relaxed. You have problem rigging. You know, your rigs will be rotated as well. But that one's still okay. Okay, now as for the palm, as for the thumb, okay, we are going to use an 8-sided cylinder as well. So I'm going to repeat certain things like subdivision, okay, rotation. Okay, bring it up to the position where I want it to be. Scale it down. Okay, rotate it. Okay, maybe I shouldn't rotate first. I prefer it to be kind of like straight when I model my cylinders. Okay, then scale it down further. Okay, delete the faces over here. Okay, same thing as how I model the thumb, the finger. Okay, I need to model out the the tree section. Okay, for the thumb, actually, you have the fingertip, you have the mid section. Okay, the third section is actually here. Okay, and this cylinder that I have currently is the mid section. Okay, so I need to extrude out the top, okay, the tip, and then extrude out the base, which will be linked to your palm. Okay, so Control E to extrude, move it out. Okay, I'm looking from the top view of my finger, okay, my thumb. So I need to add. Okay, before I add, maybe I want to scale up the base just like the finger. Okay, remove these four edges. Okay, very similar to how I do the finger. Okay, push this out, push this in. Okay, move the object out so that it's not blocking the view. Okay, this one, push it up. Go to my edge loop, edge ring, connect. Okay, this one also together. Okay, use the scale tool, scale it up, push it down. Okay, top view. Select the top section. Okay, the tip of the thumb. Push it out. Okay, this is the joint. Connect. Sorry, not connect. Bevel. Segment +1. Push the fraction out a little bit to give it some space. Select the bottom edges. Scale it inwards. Push it up just a little bit. Okay, the top section, push it up. Okay, select these four edges and scale it to the side. Okay, these are the bottom one. Scale it inwards. Smooth it. Okay, and roughly this is how my thumb can look. Okay, if you think that the thumb is too short, you can actually lengthen it by either you select section of it and you move, or you can just select the whole object and scale. Okay, I'm going to use the scaling method because to me I already find that the sections are all quite proportionate. So I'm just going to scale it up. Okay, and maybe just readjust certain portion of the thumb. Okay, so the fingernail for the thumb is actually the same concept. Just select the two faces here, do the extrusion and the connection later on. Okay, and now with this thumb, okay, I'm going to put it one side. Okay, duplicate, Control D to duplicate. Okay, again, why I duplicate is just in case I make a mistake, I can always take the original one and do again. Okay, rotate the thumb. I'm going to make use of the thumb to model out the palm itself. Okay, model out this section. Find it easier to make use of the thumb. Okay, extrude out the edges here and create the topology here instead of making use of blocking the box to model this area. So I select the edges, the one that we cut off, extrude, Control E, scale it up, push it out, need to rotate, push it out further. Okay, extrude again, scale it up. Okay, maybe not scale up, scale in x-axis. Okay, push it out further. Okay, straight away you can start to see some kind of topology going on already. Okay, the shape definitely don't look good, doesn't look like a hand at all, but at least you can tell that your topology is there. Okay, remember the 3 loops that we need. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you can always readjust your topology to match your shape. You can see that the spacing here is very thin. Here is way too big, this polygon here. This is way too big compared to this. So later on, all you need to do is just select the edge, make use of transform constraint edge light. Okay, you can move these edges along the surface. Okay, and with that, more or less, you are done. Okay, done for the thumb only, not for the whole hand yet. Okay, for the palm, okay, now this is the scary part also. Okay, I select the base, okay, the blocking that I use. Okay, I'm going to reshape it. Add more edges for my details lah. Okay, connect. I don't need this section here, delete. Okay, looking at my own hand, okay, the side view, see how flat is it, which part is sunken in, which part is popping out. I think it's way too thick, so I need to squash it down. Okay, the side view of my palm, the knuckle area, okay, I want to push it out further. This part, push it down. Okay, going to cut a midsection. Push it up here. Okay, the faces here, I'm going to delete. Okay, reason why is because I want my thumb to be connecting into the palm. Okay, if that face there, I might have some difficulty. I'm going to continue to do some adjustment. Okay, then next thing I'll be doing is to cut a few sections, a few lines, so that later on I can attach my fingers. This part here is actually quite tricky because one finger have about 8 edges at the border. So if you have 4, 8 times 4 about 32. Then you have to do like the number of edges here have to be equal so that you can bridge across easily lah. So this part is actually quite tricky. I'm connecting this first. If I will select one face and I delete it, it's only 4 edges. I need another 4 more. Okay, one way is to select the midsection, connect. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to select this section here. Okay, I'm going to connect. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So once I have 8 edges, okay, if I will delete the face, I will be able to connect this to the finger, or bridge, and basically merge them together. You realize when I cut my faces, I didn't connect all the way down. Okay, because if I were to connect all the way down, you'll see that a lot of edges going down is actually very messy and confusing. So I prefer to keep the polygon just inside this section only. So after I delete it, okay, I can select the finger, okay, combine them, and maybe use the bridge tool. Okay, bridge it. Do some modeling. Okay, of course this is not perfect yet. You still need to fix some of the topology here. Okay, so we will do that later on. I'll do a very quick blocking for everything. Okay, go to edges. Okay, connect. Delete. Combine. And bridge. Oh, it's not equal because I need to deselect these two. Bridge it. Okay, let me undo some stuff. Okay, save my work first. Save. Okay, I'm not going to delete all the faces yet. I should actually go to object mode. Okay, select the two fingers. Okay, the fingers and the palm. Combine them. Go into the face. Okay, I'm going to do this one at a time instead of one shot, so that the bridging is much more convenient. Okay, bridge. Okay, done. Select the face. Delete. Select the object. Combine. Go back to the edges again. Double click. Double click. Bridge. Okay, the last section here. Select the faces again. Delete. Oops. Select the two objects. Combine again. And bridge. Oh wait, something is wrong. What's wrong? What's that? I got that. What's that? Oh my god. Undo, 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 undo. What is wrong with that? Interesting. Okay, fix. Double click. Double click. Bridge. bridge, delete, combine, bridge. Okay, this one the bridge looks like there's some problem. So I have to manually bridge them instead. Okay, so after I have bridge all the finger over the palm already. Wow, you can see that the hand itself is not nice at all. So this is where we need to come in to refine the shape, refine the topology, okay, to get the proper curve that we need. Okay, so I can go ahead right now to use the multi-cut tool, okay, to cut across. Okay, again, the multi-cut tool to cut through the bottom. Okay, and then I need to spend quite a bit of time just to shape out the whole palm. Okay, this will take maybe another 20 to half an hour just to shape it out. Okay, so I will shape it out later on as a separate video. Okay, but I will want to see if I can connect this. Now I have 17 edges. This one here, I think I have about 8. So I need to convert, actually I'll reduce 17 edges to 8 edges so I can bridge them over. So I will keep that as a separate video, okay, and I will stop the video for now.